Hey guys, Joe here. Today's video is going to be about this 220 power. It's 220 or one-time power MIG welder by YESWELDER. It's the MIG 165 DS Pro multi-process. It has a MIG, TIG, stick, and flux core. So actually it does 4 different things. Also, I have a helmet. And I have all that stuff I'm going to show you guys. I'll show you what you get in the box and everything. I believe it's the cheapest 220 welder you can get on Amazon. Also, I'm sorry about the background noise, if there is any. This thing's actually kind of loud, so, and plus I have my heater going. I apologize for that. But yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, guys, I have the welder off so it won't be so loud with the background noise. My heater might kick on. So first off, I wanted to show you guys the nozzle here on the MIG welder. Got flux core in there. It's got a clicky button. First thing off the bat, I noticed this is like real thin. I don't know if it's just like it's hard to explain. It's like not even like I seen a cheap extension cords that had nicer coating than this. And another thing with this, you could see here, this is like it's hardwired in here. It's not like the ground clamp here, which has a nice coating. The ground clamp has a nice wire and coating. And then this clamp is just as nice as the one on my Miller-Matic, so I don't really have any complaints there. But yeah, that's the ground clamp it comes with. It is 220, or you can use this pigtail here to make it 110. Also, you have a stinger for stick welding here. Comes with drive wheels. Got for your flux core here, it's got the bumps to help your wire go through, and then here's the smooth one for your hardwire MIG. This thing doesn't come with a gauge, so you have to buy a gauge separately, and it don't come with any flux core wire, so you have to buy that separately too. And I recommend, if you're gonna buy the flux core wire, buy the one that has the bigger, well, I'll get to that in a second. Oh, and it comes with a couple tips too. The wire that I'm running in here is a 0.30 wire. So this is the inside here. See, I have the bigger spool. If you buy the smaller 2-pound spools, you'd have to like take this all apart. I didn't get that far with it because this one fits it. So these are the 10-pound or 11-pound spools. And you got to be careful when you're online and you're buying this too, this MIG wire. You want to get the E7 1T11. You don't want, the 11's the key. You don't want to say GS. If it says GS, it's basically a different rated filler metal where it's only rated for like thin sheet metal. This is actually rated for like more heavier of a load, so I would trust it a lot better than the GS wire. Yeah, so it has your different thicknesses here. Goes all the way up to 1/4 inch for this one. The TIG goes up to a 1/4 inch or 1/4 inch as well. It says that you can weld stainless with this too. So the wire thicknesses you can use is 0.023, 0.030, 0.035. So getting down into this drive roller here, I had another cheap welder that I got off Amazon. It was like $100 and it had a MIG welder on it, and this was all plastic. All this stuff was plastic in here, and I had problems with it. It's basically unusable now. This one, I'm not sure if I have those same problems, but there is a lot of plastic parts in here, but it is better than the other cheap one that I had so far, it seems like. I haven't really tested this out a lot, so I'm not 100% on that. This is going to be for beginner guys. So that's basically what you get out of the box. You can also get a TIG torch with this. The TIG torch is like $60 usually. Sometimes you can catch them on sale for even cheaper, which is kind of crazy because I know for my Miller torch, I think it was like $600, and this was way back before the prices were all crazy. So, all right, so here's your display. You can change your wire thicknesses. This is steps mode. Your inching. And your weld mode. And then your gas select. I'm going to be welding in the manual MIG and the Flux gasless. The Flux wire that I'm using is gasless, so I have some 1/8 inch material and some 1/4 inch material I'll be welding. I also have this $30 YESWELDER helmet that I'm gonna give a whirl with. Has your sensitivity and delay in here, and then on the side here has grind mode, and it goes from shade 9 all the way to 13. That steps mode is for the switch here, where if you have it on 4T, whatever that means, I'm thinking like you got it, click it to start and then click it to stop it. That's kind of weird. I've never seen that on the Welder. Well, it's not kind of, it's extremely strange. I've never seen it. So I'm gonna try 2T and see if that works. Yeah, so like what I was saying, this is like so cheap. The problem I have with it is it bends up and then the wire gets kinked up in here. So that's a big problem. You gotta be kind of gentle with this. But let's see if that switched it for the 2T, 4T. Yeah, so that fixed the problem of having to click the button for it to go on, and it'll just continue to run, and then click it again to stop it. It's extremely strange setting. I've never seen it before. I would never switch it off of 2T. So yeah, I don't know. So let's mess around with these settings. With the couple tacks I just did, it looks like it may need a little more wire. I feel like 18 is pretty good for 1/8 inch, but let's see. Yeah, it seems a little hot, guys. I'm gonna do another pass and see if I can get to come out a little bit better. I'm actually gonna turn this down a little bit. I feel like the wire speed's good, but it was running a little hot. And then now the metal's heated up too. We'll go down to 17. All right, I'll give that a whirl. Yeah, that worked out a lot better, so I'm gonna let that cool down and wire it off and show you guys the weld. Here's a 1/4 inch. In the helmet, this is the first time me using it. It's actually all right. I can see the bead pretty nice. With flux core, you're supposed to drag because of the slag, drag slag. So those other welds I did were, I pushed it, but so these ones I'm gonna drag and see if that one does a little bit better. I'm gonna turn this up just a 5 because this is thicker material, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, actually, it looks like it came out pretty nice. It's hard to follow the puddle with the because of the flux in the wire, but after you've done this for so long, you kind of can get a good feel for things. So I'm gonna do another one. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how well I could see while welding. It's got a smaller viewing, but it was all right for a starter helmet. It's pretty good. It's pretty much like those cheap Harbor Freight helmets. I would say it's a little bit nicer. So this is the 1/8 inch. And that was me pulling the weld instead of pushing the weld. And this is the 1/4 inch. That one turned out nice. And that was me pulling the weld instead of pushing the weld. I'm sure if I mess with the settings some more, I could get this thing dialed in perfectly, but this is just a quick thing for a video. Okay guys, that was me welding without really messing with the settings too much. I don't have that much experience with this machine. As you could tell, I didn't know what a lot of the buttons done yet. This is just a quick overview I wanted to get out for you guys. The welding helmet welded okay. That's the same thing. That was the first time I've ever used it, so I don't know if it's good for all day use or not. The helmet's like $40, I believe. This is $160. Also, before I don't want to forget, there's this TIG kit you can buy for it. It's a scratch start TIG, and it has this for your gas on the back here. I believe that's what that's for. I haven't plugged it in or messed with it yet. That probably deserves its own video, because basically you buy this, it's $60, and then you buy this, it's $160. So for around 220 bucks, you can have a whole TIG set up. But of course, you got to get your regulator for your gas, and you also need your gas bottle, so you're gonna have to factor in that, and you need to buy tungsten. But I want to do a whole video on TIG welding. I'm not very good at TIG welding, so a lot of the information is probably going to be bad that I give you about it, but I've been doing this long enough where I know enough to be able to TIG weld. I can't make them look real pretty, but I can make two pieces of metal to stick together. So that'd be for a future video. In the kit, you also get different sizes. You can, goes all the way up to 1/8 and then down to a 16th for your tungsten. YESWELDER makes wire, they make magnets, they make, I have a bunch of their magnets. Those are pretty good. They're a pretty good deal too. They're square. I bought them at Harbor Freight where they weren't square. The plates didn't match up or anything. So I was a little bit worried about that when I got those. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I wanted to show you this welder, and I'll leave Amazon links for all the stuff I showed today. Even these gloves that I love, you can get on Amazon. You can get a 3-pack for like 20 bucks. It's a great deal. I do get a small commission if you guys order off my links, and it helps my channel out too. So I would highly recommend those gloves. The welders, I haven't used it enough to be able to recommend it. It's definitely not a professional welding machine. I definitely wouldn't recommend it for welding structurally stuff or welding on customer stuff. Maybe to tack together stuff up out in the field I would use this for, but that's it. This is a great machine for a starter welder, somebody that wants to get into it and they want something that has a little more power other than the 110, and they have access to a 220 plug. This thing kicks off plenty enough heat. It's rated up to a 1/4 inch. I believe it probably would be able to weld more than that. yeah, so it's a great beginner welder. It's better than the previous brand that I did a video on. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I gotta go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.